Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Mage from the Ashes. And we start up this scene the morning after a, might I say, daring rescue that almost went horribly wrong if it hadn't been for the sacrifice of Boris's bird, Misha. And yeah, even then, everybody almost died. And also, when everybody didn't die, they brought back some interesting guests to the Chantry who are at this moment waking up in Ava's room, all three of them. And Ava will get up, feeling still kind of groggy. And she'll, kind of walk to the door, trying to open it, and then realize, oh, wait, yeah, they'd said locked in. Okay. So she'll start knocking on the door.
We'll just say that Grace's room is close enough to hear that. Because she's probably just barely awake herself. And she's just going to kind of wrinkle a brow for a second, like, what the hell? Okay. But finally, she will kind of throw her hair back, just kind of toss it back, because she hasn't even combed it yet. And will actually try to stand up, realize that her head kind of hurts, and this isn't very much fun. But nevertheless, sort of struggle to her feet and head out the door to find the knocking.
Hello?
Oh.
Is anyone out there?
Oh. Yeah, 1 second, Ava. She'll walk back into her room, one hand on the wall to kind of balance herself because she really needs coffee and toast. And eyes the empty bottle of vodka, shakes her head, and walks back out, having grabbed a key. And in a couple of seconds, you can hear the turning of the lock, that little click sound, as you and then a second later, the door opens. And She happens to also be holding a permanent marker in her hand in her other hand. And she's going to just be like, let me see your hand, okay?
Ava will show her hand.
Is it the one with the mark on it?
It's the one with the mark on it.
She's just going to freshen it up because we need to have that for a while, I think, to keep you straight. So, we basically make the mark fresh. She just kind of looks at you a little sheepishly, like, sorry, you look almost exactly the same.
And Ava will look behind her to the other Avas and, I think we look exactly the same. Could wear our hair differently if you prefer.
Maybe get you shirts that say 1, 2, and 3.
Sure, but I'm not quite sure if it would be a good idea for us three to get them.
Probably not. Maybe we should. You okay? Ish. Kind of okay-ish.
Let's keep it at that.
Fair enough.
Hey guys. So, you okay? And she just sees Ava and just checking. Last night wasn't a dream, right? There was stuff, shit went down yesterday, right?
And all three Avas kind of in unison say, hey, Julie.
Okay, yeah. There it
is. Yeah, Grace just rubs her head.
So, coffee, breakfast, fast, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That would be really, really good.
And Julie just kind of lazily, like she's wearing pajamas essentially. She just begins to just lazily just begin to walk into the kitchen in no particular hurry.
Do you want to leave them in here for now? Or
If
we can bring them food and stuff. Obviously, nobody's going to starve anybody.
why would I get special treatment?
I don't know what you mean. Food is not special treatment.
No, but why would I be able to go into the kitchen and them not? Just because I'm the original?
Because we know you.
You know them too.
You are one of us. They're not. That was established yesterday. We don't need them hearing all our secrets.
This is so weird.
You think they don't know? They know everything I know. Well, almost everything. They know everything I know except for the mind wipe. Because they couldn't download what wasn't in my head. I think download is the right word. She looks confused, as do the two others at that point as they're thinking about it.
I guess I'm just questioning because if everything but the mind wipe. So what did you mind wipe? Things to do with us, probably?
As much as I could.
This place?
Yeah, I didn't remember anything from after I actually, well, when I got off the plane. And
Okay, well then, the only thing that they know that's dangerous now, aside from things we've said in front of them, is the location of this place.
yeah. And she'll look at the other two, and since they are basically herself, they would not mind staying in the room. Ava will make sure that, I mean, there are books there, just regular books as well, so she'll just be like, yeah, we'll bring you something later, I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys. She kind of looks at them awkwardly.
And again, almost as if the thought popped up in their heads at the same time, they say, yeah, no, we understand. And even Ava at this point looks a little bit like, oh god, this is just...
This is so weird.
As soon as you get into the kitchen, if you're not already there, Julie's just like, please tell me we're destroying that place whenever we get the chance, because this is bordering on creepy.
What are we talking about? Elijah is working in the kitchen. Actually barging in.
Yeah, she just looks. Is there coffee brewing yet?
Julius put coffee over.
The only brewed tea.
She just heads directly for the coffee cup and just stands there holding it, watching the coffee brew.
So, Elijah, do you know what happened yesterday?
Or the day before? I don't even know. How long was I there?
We got you out the same day.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I was working in my lab.
Right. You might want to sit down for this.
He's gonna raise an eyebrow, but he's gonna take his cup of tea and sit.
Ava, do you wanna? You wanna?
I can try. So, Yesterday, wow. Okay, it started with me trying to get answers through my dreams. That's kind of how it started. Regarding the warehouse that Tasha and Boris wanted us to scout. So what I found was a Zeta at that place lab with some sort of stasis pods, cryogenic chambers
Yeah, the things from Alien.
that had the name of Project Valkyrie written on them. So I wanted to try some other things. I got Julie and Nausicaa to help me out. We drove over there with the intention of not staying too long and checking out. I, for one, wanted to check out if there was anything in those pods, and yeah, so we did a few things, scouting magic basically, and I think that's kind of where they did notice. So when we wanted to leave, there was a fan following us. I know Nausicaa tried some things, and I tried something. I kind of mind blasted the driver, and the van toppled, like it crashed. Not quite sure what happened to the driver actually. I do hope he survived. Anyway, there was someone crawling out who had some kind of weird device that shut down our engines, and we fought her. She had a taser, and that's about the last thing I remember that happened for some time. Well, it's not entirely true though. Anyway, I got knocked out. I don't know at that point what happened to Nausicaa or Julie, but I did remember at some point starting to hear sounds again, and I heard Nausicaa kind of screaming, and I was carried away. I tried to stop, but I couldn't move. And they brought me to a place.
The bitch called the cops just before I killed her. I managed to kill her, although she could make bullets go around her, which was a new thing.
I think I kind of know how they did it. I think I could do it if I figure out how to do it my way.
I got that from other people here, but
Yeah.
the important thing is I managed to, well, I ran as soon as the cops came because she looks to have a, Nausicaa might not understand this, but that's fine. What I did was I ran because I needed to get here to make sure that we all weren't all captured.
No, I understand. I completely understand. I agree with you.
Good, good. I know it could be seen as a problem that I ran from you, but
No.
my only thought was get here as fast as humanly possible and get you out of wherever you were. Nausicaa State, I don't know, but like they have access to magic as well. I mean, who knows what they did to the police? I'm quite certain that they were able to influence them enough to a point where they will just agree with whatever they tell them, really.
So, but what I remember being brought into that warehouse, at least that's what I realized when I kind of came around, and they had me tied to some sort of a chair. Like I couldn't move anything. I couldn't even move my head. They had straps around my head, my neck, my arms, my legs, my waist. I'm surprised they didn't strap down my fingers. They didn't even ask questions. I did though. They kept saying, or that guy, Dr. Michael Jones, I believe, kept saying that we were reality deviants, that we were bad for normal humans, that we destroyed the world for normal humans. I kept trying to explain that we didn't. At the same time, he injected stuff in my body to hurt it, and then something else that just made me go numb. It paralyzed me. And he said he was gonna take, because I asked what he was gonna do for me, with me. And he said he was gonna use everything that I had. Blood, organs, memories, everything. I tried something. I didn't really know how, but I just kind of blasted my own mind at that point. I didn't want him to find out anything about you guys, not from me. So I knew there was a risk because I didn't know how to get those memories back again, and I still don't know how that happened. But I just kind of erased memories from my mind while he was putting me in one of those pods, and there were like needles that went into me, I believe, but I couldn't really tell anymore because all I could do was look. I couldn't move anything. I could only blink. And then after that, I don't know. Like I said, I wiped my own memory at that point. Until, yeah, you guys showed up.
Right, so I suppose to complete the story to a point, Julie made it back, and then Nausicaa made it back. And we gathered up our things, we made a bit of a plan, and we headed out. We had some guns, we had some, I don't know what to call them, good luck charms that were thrown on us, and various other things.
Boris used some of his magic. Well, a lot of magic, but yeah.
Yes, he did. He did ridiculous amounts for us, and we owe him a lot. And I can't find him.
His raven died. His bird died.
What?
It
Saved,
sacrificed itself to make sure
save
that
us.
the bird died.
You don't.
I'm guessing he needs a bit of time for himself. You know.
I've left a note on his door. I'm hoping he'll find me when he comes back. Yeah, it was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. Like, Nausicaa and I were hit really bad, and I ended up having to drag her behind a desk.
You guys shouldn't
And
have done this.
I see.
I can't leave you there.
Of course you could.
Would you have left us there?
No.
Okay, then. Don't say that ever again.
So, what exactly have they done to you?
Well, I'm not quite sure if they've done anything to me. Like, I woke up and I didn't... There was a lot of things that I didn't know anymore. But that's what I did to myself. After they opened pods, it's a bit hazy for me because I was confused and scared, but there are, I think we could best show you.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, this might be up. She just pauses. This might actually be This might be less scary for Elijah. Actually, this might be right up his alley.
Do you... What would... Oh, see, like, is the food, like, kind of close to done?
Yeah, she's about done.
Conveniently enough.
Because Grace really needs something in her stomach. She's looking like she has that look, the red shot eyes and just not looking real good. It kind of looks like she was on a bender last night. So she's kind of going, I need food. I need something to settle my stomach now. So she's gonna like basically go in for it, giving Julie kind of a grateful look, and then be like, okay, I'm ready to go up. Because she has a plate in her hand now.
So, you've brought something back.
Mm-hmm.
Someone back, but you'll see.
Ava will get actually multiple plates with food.
Yeah, Grace will offer to help carry a plate up, since you only have two hands.
And yeah,
Elijah is extremely dubious of your guys' shit.
she'll go to her bedroom.
We didn't relock the door. We were pretty much, at least no one said they did.
No, I kind of presumed that they would, but yeah, whatever.
It doesn't, either way. The
Well,
door opens.
Now we escaped and murdered everybody. It's your fault.
Basically. The door opens, however it opens.
Yeah, door opens and Ava will get in and hand out the plates to other Avas. And she'll sit in between them. Kind of forming a weird trio of Avas on probably the bed, because there are not that many seatings.
And Grace will sort of gesture towards Ava's hand that has the X on it.
I was able to spot that she's containing quintessence, essentially magic. So yeah, that's the situation. As Julie just looks as though she needs to smoke yet again.
Yeah, and Grace will just be like, and Paris knew who she was for sure as well. We've confirmed.
He's gonna slowly sip his tea.
I'm picturing Kermit the Frog now.
I see. Well, um, well, that is something.
We haven't-
So,
We haven't figured out what to do about this yet, but James had problems with the scenario, and the rest of us disagreed.
I mean, ethically, I can definitely see why.
Not what you're thinking.
Yeah. James pulled a gun on them.
Well, I mean, to be fair, considering the amount of threat coming from the technocracy, the ability of a technocracy to replicate one of the member of Gentry would obviously be a way to undermine our organization and to destroy us from the inside. I could definitely see this as the pragmatic answer.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
quite
Somehow
sure.
I'm not surprised.
Well,
Julie just states.
I don't know. I don't really know what they were planning.
I mean, I don't really see any other point of making a clone, which would ask a lot of resources and energy to produce. I guess you all have the same memories.
And all three of them kind of nod, but the middle Ava will add. They don't remember the months between me stepping off the airplane and me entering the pod, because I wept that part.
I raised my case. I don't really see any other reason why they would create clones outside of creating confusion.
Well,
But
they're
currently, this is
probably
not.
more than they're probably planning on making clones of us as well.
Well, that would, if they can also replicate the magical properties that we exhibit, uh, technically, it can be it can be an asset.
I got the feeling that that was what they were after, but I'm not entirely sure, of course.
They,
Never really told.
I don't think they have quintessence, so I don't think they are or have been able to do that.
No.
Well, let's just put it that the process was interrupted, as they have probably not had the time to mature their technique. Otherwise, if they intended to have, well, as he makes he makes a pause. He makes a pause as he thinks, well, Beta and Charlie over here, if they are not able to produce magic, then they would be poorly made infiltrators.
They have a name.
Oh, well, I wasn't aware that they had named.
Yeah, they're called Ava.
Yeah, yeah, sure. As a Yeah, you don't need to make a PNE to think that he's not gonna call every single clone Ava.
there's Ava, Eva, and Iva.
Or there's that.
I think we'll have to come up with something.
Why don't we let them each figure out a name they would like to be called, and then we can call them that.
I can imagine the two clones looking at you and be like, I would prefer to be called Ava. Again, almost in unison.
Well, I mean, the problem is that there's only one Alpha Ava. So, as being the progenitor of her own name and existence, she gets to hold that name.
Yes.
So, actually, Elijah and Grace, the thing James was afraid of was that there might be bugs in them. I pointed out that that might be in me as well. After all, there's been some time, and I don't know exactly how long, that they have been able to do things while I was in that thing. I was hoping if maybe the two of you could figure out a way to check us, so that we would know that we wouldn't
I have an idea.
accidentally lead the technocracy to our doorstep.
Agreed. That's a good idea.
Somehow,
I have a way of seeing heat, and if they're the kind of bug that would give off a heat signature, I should be able to detect the difference.
I would beg to differ.
Well, no, I mean, if they're the kind of bug, it doesn't hurt to look, does it?
Well, no, not on that statement. The fact that at this point, seeing hit signature is going to be. I do not think that it is going to be pretty productive.
Well, if we know
it is,
that something exists that is different, that it's something to research.
they've made clones. I do not think that they will put a simple tracker. You can still check for it through hit signatures, but
I just figured it was a start.
But I will point out, however, as he looks as he looks at Ava, I will, however, restate that I had asked every member of the Chantry to give me blood samples beforehand and allow me to make a file about them that could have been useful beforehand to detect any anomaly. But we'll work with what we have.
Well, I, for one, at least think that it won't hurt to try.
I'm not saying you shouldn't try. I'm simply saying that if we find it simply by hit signature, if they have planted anything, then I mean that would be extremely dissatisfying.
Well, I'm okay with the answer of however simple it might be. Hide things in plain sight. Either way, you and I both seem to be pretty good with life as well. There's that possibility. Do you have some gadget or something that you use to do that?
Well, I have multiple gadgets. Also, I have this thing called a syringe.
I just have eyes and ears and that sort of thing. Like, for example, I could hear your heartbeats yesterday, Ava, all three of you.
If you fear that there is a tracking device, tracking device to still be inside your body has to emit an electromagnetic pulse. Otherwise, it is impossible to be tracked. It is impossible to be tracked by any kind of machine. So I would rather be searching for, well, anything that is not related to your life cycles. That would probably be a start if they went with conventional means. Afterwards, I guess that a scanner would probably be the safest bet to see if there are any residue. Afterwards, even if it will take time to grieve for the loss of his companion, I personally would recommend the ultimate shakeup being made by Tasha and Boris.
Boris is nowhere to be found right now.
Well, I mean, as I said, after his grieving is over, which still means that Tasha is available to make the test after we do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was going to
Well-
say, at the moment, we could do some rudimentary things and go from there, right?
Yes, I think we can. Well, as
Thank
he's gonna take some paper, and some some pencils. You were about to say something?
I was just going to tell Julie thank you for making breakfast, and I was going to go get some things I might need.
Sure. I'll be here starting free medical records.
Oh. Yeah, I'll let you do that as she starts moving a little faster to get away from that.
You'll get your own file, madam. You can't escape science.
You have no idea how much blood that you could have had if you would have seen that escaped down the drain.
That was actually quite a thing.
But that was the last thing she says as she turns around the door frame and is gone because she's heading near to her room to gather things. She'll be a couple minutes.
So, I think we will forego names for now, since I know only one name, which for now will be sufficient. Date of birth?
Wait, let me look that up. Oh, my sheet! As they all say, 11th November 1998.
Blood type?
Let's just go with
Come on, be a fucking snowflake. Say AB negative. Like, I'm the rarest type of blood. I'm a snowflake.
Nah, she'll go with B positive. That's not a bad thing, right?
Be positive.
Because I feel that fits, Be positive. Yes, I am.
Yeah, be positive in your situation.
Yeah.
Any known allergies?
They all shake their head.
No known allergies? Are you taking medicines that I wouldn't be aware of?
No.
No. Uh, are you still using drugs as part of your instruments?
This time only the middle Ava will not. The other two look a little bit like
Hmm,
instruments.
very well. Well, consumers of opioids. Hmm. Uh, any birthmark? Any birthmark scars?
And yeah,
Tattoos?
they'll like one of them. It doesn't really matter which one. Will tell him about a birthmark. Actually, that has to be the middle one who can tell why the birthmark is there. The other two probably wouldn't know. So yeah, the middle one will lift up her shirt and show two almost like a snake bite kind of birthmark, which is exactly what it was. But it's a birthmark, strange enough. It's not the scar.
Okay, I will OC check my sheet a second for a roll.
Curiosity.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about
Oh,
curiosity.
okay. Then I don't know.
I was more thinking about my amazing 2 dice pool of manipulation subterfuge.
Okay, that's fine.
That
Oh
is a
yeah,
truly magnificent dice pool.
yeah. I mean, I got 2 success. I got a 9 and a 10. He maintains a perfect professional poker face of I am completely not feeling awkward by you showing
I
showing
see
me.
through your bullshit.
Yeah, he feels extremely like, yeah, it's like, no, remain professional. Like, no, I'm a professional, and this is not awkward.
She'll
Hmm.
lower the shirt quickly and blushes slightly.
Uh, okay. As he checks through. I mean, uh cloning, outside of cloning, any particular uh operation in the past.
I know.
All right, and so yeah, this is probably the least spectacular form of magic, but yes, but yes, medicine and biological anthropology are two of my instruments.
It works.
Biological anthropology.
In- Interestingly enough, I actually have anthropology as her specialty under academics.
Yes. Except technically yours means that you focus also on the social issue and things
Yes.
related to anthropology. Elijah doesn't care about sociology and anthropology.
Oh yeah, I mean, I totally get that. It's quite different because, well, you know.
Hmm. And yeah, I mean, you can also come back anytime, but in the meantime, pretty much what's gonna happen is that Elijah is gonna take a stethoscope and he's gonna hear her heartbeat. He's gonna take pressure. He's gonna take pulse. Use a small light to look into their eyes. And yeah, pretty much this is a complete physical exam. Like he's going through a complete physical exam.
Julie's done drinking her coffee and getting her breakfast. She's just looking at this and she's gonna go. So you guys right now, or like, is everything cool? Because yesterday I kind of have to go back to my and it's almost like you see the energy drain out of her as she just stands there. Gonna go back to scribing books. Just says sigh.
Do you need to do that on your own?
Well, it needs to be done.
I mean,
So yeah.
all three of us like to study languages. So, at least two of us don't really have anything to do. If you would like,
Sure, but
could.
isn't Elijah gonna?
After I could send them your way. I could bring them to
Which probably one of them sound one of the three sound a little bit weird because he's put a thing in her mouth, looking on the inside to go like say ah, like ah, and yeah, I mean he works through his data. He works through his data as he is performing his medicine check, and yeah, he activate, I guess, what mages would call life sight, which really is more of a search of any disease and anomalies in Ava's body, which means that if you secretly had cancer or any secretly deadly disease, I would know about it.
As far as I know, she does not.
As far as you know, okay, this is not a case of previous character who's about to die.
No.
But yeah, no, he yeah, I mean, I have two successes. Yeah, no, he compiled his data and looks, and well, I guess looking through what we would call life sight in the search of anything abnormal. Nothing abnormal is detected. He shakes his head. Well, on my part, at least I can say you're healthy. All three of you. I haven't detected in any life organic based anomaly. I will probably run down another test for radio waves or any other thing. But yes, for now, thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah. Grace by now has come back. I was gonna say while you're all this time you're talking, and she's gonna do a couple of things too. She's gonna actually do her version of life sight, which is a little different, but still same thing, which is with the blood on both ears and her heart, and she'll do that. And then after that, I'm gonna roll for her heat sight, which will leave her with a smear of ash across her eyes. But anyway, keep talking. I'll just roll while you're talking.
So I will expect. I will expect of three of you to still come and see me for regular checkups. I mean, that's my job, after all. Should any symptoms manifest between either the two of you or independently, I I would like to have a follow up on anything out of the ordinary or even anything benign that that is health related.
All right.
Oh,
how
that is a
often?
botch. Okay, I just botched that one.
That means
You're gonna get some paradox to your face.
get the paradox, yeah.
Yeah, is it just like one? It was only a prime site thing. Okay, I'll put it on there. She just squinches up her face for a second and looks mad that it didn't hit that. She's like,
You probably get a headache, but yeah.
it's fine. She already had a bit of a headache, so it gets worse. Ugh. Right, that's not going to help. She was looking to see if there were any magical lines that were connecting you maybe out, because she's guessing if magic was involved, then maybe since it would, like he said, it has to send data. Well, it might be sending it via magic. So that's what she was trying to do. But that did not work. So we don't know that answer. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down for a bit.
Yeah. As Ava kind of looks at, like, the three Avas kind of look, like, between each other. Would you think it would be okay if we go to the library behind the portal? Asks the middle Ava to Elijah and Grace at this point.
It depends.
On.
What are you going to do with them? We need to be careful what information they get hold of.
I was just figuring that they might be able to help Julie translate somewhat.
I'm sure they could.
I mean, they don't speak Tibetan yet.
I would rather. Give me a second.
Okay.
As he's gonna leave the room. He's gonna leave the room, and he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back with a few bottles of chemical products, and he is going to he's going to give free. He's basically going to give her 3 different papers to choose from.
Okay.
I guess that making you willingly choose a color by yourself is going to be rather tedious and difficult. So I would rather have you guys take it out of the blue. So please take one of those 3 papers.
All 3 will initially reach out to Blue.
No. I mean, the thing is, it's the thing. Like, it doesn't say outright what color it is.
Oh, okay. So they all take a different paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, when they open, it's a different color. It's a different color, and I'm gonna have Funzy and just go and see what color, who gets what color. So Alpha Ava is gonna get blue. Beta is gonna get pink. And Charlie is getting yellow. As he's going to apply cotton to each of the chemical, and he's gonna apply on the back of her hand, and basically it starts to taint it. And yeah, now Ava number 1 has the back of her head that is blue.
Okay.
Then pink and yellow. That way, you'll be able to get it off at some point with the right amount of chemicals. So that way, at least, we know who is who, which will greatly help. However, I think I would genuinely advise you rather to have Pink and Yellow stay here for the time and rather bring the book, which I believe you are able to borrow from the library, unless I'm mistaken. I would, yes, I would rather advise you to grab the book and bring them to the room rather than.
I'll follow your advice. It's I do understand. And actually she'll go over to her desk and she'll grab a marker. Then this is like, well, any one of them.
Mhm.
And one of the avas, the one with the marker, is going to mark the hands of the two who don't have a mark yet with exactly the same mark. So the thing that was meant to pick out like immediately who the original Ava was is now on all their hands. And yeah, let's just say that this was Ava Yellow who did this, and she's gonna look at everyone. Although like the two other Avas kind of get the idea. So she'll mainly look at Grace and Elijah. Well, James tried to shoot us yesterday. I would prefer that he does not know who the original is. Or rather, might think that we're all the original. At least you both now know who is the original, who isn't. I just want to make sure that he's not gonna shoot.
I mean, the chemical doesn't really go off that easily.
No, but
But
James doesn't know that Blue is original unless you guys tell him.
I mean, as
I won't tell him. Keep
as
him.
a doctor. No, go on.
Sorry, I stopped. I was just gonna say, keep in mind, I'm the one who pulled one of you to the side. I wasn't going to let him just kill you.
I know.
As the appointed head of medical facility of this gentry, I strongly believe in patient-doctor confidentiality. So I think for now we are the only person present who know what the color code mean.
All three of us smile and nod. Thank you.
Just James though, right?
As far as I know, he's the only one that's actively tried to shoot and knew the difference because of the hand sign. Now he also knows the difference because of the dog. So, but at least that gives him like he can't really just walk up and shoot one of us.
Hmm.
'Cause that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I understand his worries, and I even understand that he sees it. Well, some of us as unnatural, but we're still all of us, all three of us, we are still alive. We
You're
still share
people.
memories. We're people. We have heartbeats. We have blood pressure. We have brain waves. I don't feel we should be judged by how we were made. And sure, like if there is a tie that we have to them, then I understand the need for caution, and I'll make sure that all three of us will remain here in well in my room.
Hmm.
But there's a difference between being cautious and being well.
Yeah. No, I agree. There is a difference between being cautious and murdering outright without knowing everything that you need to know.
Well, I sure am gonna have. I'm sure. I'm sure this is going to go for a probable trial or debate. I guess. I guess I will. I guess I will take out my well, my first my first licensed work on the question of cloning.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go see if I can get rid of this headache.
Hmm.
Oh, we'll find something to do.
Well, if it is uh oh, if you have a headache, I would recommend acetylsalicylic acid. That will help. As a you just he basically hands you over aspirin.
You know, I have a tea that does something similar to this, made from something similar, as a matter of fact.
Well, yes, of course, herbal contraction also works.
I'm so impressed with your, accepting that I might be right. She offers a grin to him, despite the
He,
headache that's kind of has her squinting.
he squints. He squints his eyes. I have a master's degree of biology. I don't really understand why it would be surprising that I would accept that plants, which are generally the base for medical uh, medical practice, are not doing what they are able to do.
You're right. I'm just kidding you, Elijah.
Oh, oh, okay. It was a joke.
Yeah, sorry if I seem a little weird today. It's been one hell of a couple of days.
It's okay. It happens. As he will take his file, his little cabinet of wonders, and he will, however, he will, however, still, as he pass, he will put uh, the aspirin. He will put the aspirin in one of your hand and be like, just in case.
She'll take it. She's not going to be mean about it. It's aspirin, She'll take the aspirin. She'll just kind of smile at him as he passes.
Mm.
And then kind of turn to wave to Ava as she heads out to go to.
Yep. The three Avas wave back and then kind of. One of the Avas will actually toss her the key. Here, if you would be so kind.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And if anyone from time to time could throw in a bottle of water for the prisoners. She winks.
Oh, Jesus. I'll take care of it. I will set a timer to bring one to check on them every, say, 2 hours.
Thank you.
1.5 liter of water per day is what people should drink.
If I can't, at least today, because I'm not going anywhere today.
Then 4.5 would be what we need.
What?
Then 4.5 will be what we need.
She just kind of blinks and keeps going, and then you hear the. Were you following out after? Because I didn't know. Okay, so then she'll go ahead and lock the door.
And as she locks the door, she can hear three identical voices starting to talk in Swedish with each other. Because, yeah.
God.
I mean, why would you not talk in your, native tongue? But, yeah, I guess it's there where we can end the scene unless someone wants to say or do something.
Nope.
But no, it's okay. I don't intend to turn Paris yet into a werewolf.
Oh. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene of Living World of Darkness, Mage from the Ashes. Good night.